Morning, Raxl.
Good morning, Doctor.
Sounds like a hurricane coming up.
It's only the trade winds, but they do make themselves heard. Will you be having breakfast now, Doctor?
Oh, well, if Dr. Mencken's coming down, I'll wait for him. What's wrong?
Haven't you heard?
What?
The doctor is gone.
You mean he's left the island?
Left this world.
He's dead?
Maljardin. The Garden of Evil. This island is perfectly named.
He seems in perfect health. What's wrong? What happened?
In this house, it is wise not to ask too many questions, not to answer any.
Now, Raxl, you cannot live in perpetual fear. And besides, there's nobody to overhear you.
Well, there is evil all around, everywhere.
I don't share your superstitions. Now, how did he die?
I'm not sure, Doctor, that I know.
Right. Well, now, you tell me all you do know.
Well, Dr. Mencken wanted to leave. As you know, the only way out is by boat, through the treacherous channel. The steps from the cliffs leading down to the docks are treacherous too. He fell.
So those were the cries that we heard last night. That was Dr. Mencken.
Or the wind. They make strange sounds.
No, that was a human cry. Was he alone?
No.
Who was with him? Quito?
No.
Jean-Paul? Mr. Desmond?
Yes. Oh, that devil!
Come, please. Jacques Eloi de Monde lived 300 years ago. How could he possibly have...
All I can say, Doctor, is that we who spring from the Temple of the Serpents believe the body belongs to the devil. The soul belongs to God. When a man dies, the soul rises to heaven. But if it is trapped in the body, it molders and decays until it is left naked to the eternal fires of hell.
Well, then that should have been the end of him, then.
That's what we thought. When the silver nail was driven through the conjured doll's head, dooming Jacques Eloi de Monde forever. But now I don't know.
But why such a terrible fate for him?
He was a murderer. Centuries ago, and I'm afraid he's a murderer again. I wasn't truthful with you earlier, Doctor. I am certain that Dr. Mencken did not fall, he was pushed.
Not by some evil spirit who nobody can see.
The spirit that is poisoning our master's mind and soul.
I will admit that Jean-Paul is acting very strangely, and has been ever since my sister's death, but I will not believe...
Because perhaps the devil is possessing him.
Oh, it's this island. Look, your fears are infecting me too. I've got to get away from here. So should all of us.
He won't let you go. No, he will hold us all here.
Who? Jean-Paul?
That demon that fights to control him. I can say no more. You don't understand the devil, Doctor. You never knew him.
away from him!
What does the future hold? According to the cards.
Intrigue.
Terrific. What else?
If I tell you any more, you won't have anything to anticipate.
Ooh. Listen to the wind. Sounds ominous.
Only for those with something to fear.
You can see that in the cards, too. And the storm that's coming up.
It'll blow itself out before the day's over.
It'd be nice if it blew my personal mafia away. That hood they sent to keep an eye on me has been on my back like a dirty shirt.
Until Dr. Carr gets Jean-Paul Desmond to commission you to do a portrait of his wife. Then you'll have enough money to pay off your debt, and like the wind, everything will subside.
If he comes through in time. And if she was really serious about wanting to help me.
Dr. Carr?
Yeah.
I know she was sincere. Tim, what you need is faith.
And money. And $7,500 is a lot of it for Mr. Desmond to hand over to a guy he hardly knows exists.
Doctor.
Yes, Raxl?
Have you spoken to Monsieur Desmond about leaving?
No, I can't find him. I thought perhaps he was down at the dock, but it's very hard to see from that window. Do you know where he is?
He's not at the boat. I just came from there.
Oh. Well, where's Quito? Perhaps he can take me to the mainland.
No one leaves this island without the master's permission.
I'm beginning to feel like a prisoner in here.
I fear we are all captives of an evil force.
There's an evil feeling in the air, and we must fight against it.
Do you really have that feeling?
It's bred into my bones.
But look, why do you feel you have to act?
It's my cross, too. I'm not sure I can handle it this time.
Just a sec. Oh, Reverend.
May I come in? Yes?
She isn't here.
I can see that. Do you know where she is?
Why'd she split?
You know very well she did. Why don't you stop trying to put me on?
I'm not. I haven't the slightest idea where she is.
Dinah.
Mm-hmm.
I admire your sense of loyalty, but there are times when it could hurt Holly rather than help her.
And this is one of those times, huh?
Before she gets herself into real trouble. I've always tried to be fair to you and Holly and all the girls here. Why don't you level with me? Where is she?
You really got a thing for her, haven't you, Reverend? Come on, look, she knows it. So do most of the kids. It's as obvious as a psychedelic poster.
All right, Dinah, cool it. Just tell me how I find Holly.
Why? So you can lug her back?
So I can help her. If I've ever done you one good turn, helped to make you more comfortable here.
Look, all I know is she's flying south like the birdies. Way down south. Has to be. The fare alone costs $163.75.
Where'd she get that kind of money?
She saves some. We all chipped in with the rest. To help Holly get away from her vampire mother.
That all you know?
Mm-hmm. You have my word.
Thanks. I'll find out the rest. And find Holly.
A 7 and 7, please.
86 it, Joe.
Hey, what's that mean?
You're not old enough for the bar seat. That's all.
Are you reading my birth certificate, little man?
You got one to show, you'll get an apology and a drink.
Come on, make an exception, eh? And then, coming in on the plane, I didn't think we were going to make it. I mean, I was scared. Oh, come on. I'm here, you're here, the liquor's here. What's the holdup? Well, what are you, the manager or something?
Hold on a minute. Vangie,
Yeah,
the kid wants a drink.
that's Joe's department.
She's underage. She practically admitted it.
Ask the management.
No one's here, and the kid's scared.
I can see that. And she's on the run and very alone.
That's in the cards, eh?
Sir, and there's more than that. Some good, some bad. There are riches for her, but she faces the threat of death.
It's never happened before. I cannot find Monsieur Desmond anywhere.
I hope nothing's happened to him.
After the curse on this house, I would not be surprised.
Okay, you've won your point. Can I at least get a room at this yacht club or whatever it is?
Sure. You can afford it.
Oh, don't worry, I've got the bread. It's gotta belong, or can you rent?
Either. Oh, look, come on, cheer up. Hey, Vangie reads fortunes. She says you're going to be rich.
I'm gonna be more than that. I'm going to be happy.
Come on. Vangie.
Oh, hi.
Thanks for settling my future.
What's your name?
Holly Marshall.
It's a pretty name.
Pretty girl.
Your own brand of Ouija board?
Tarot cards are not a toy.
Vangie's really hung up on the fortune-telling bit. She believes in it, believe me.
What are you running from, Holly? And who's the man running after you?
Yes, Sergeant. Mm-hmm. Holly's name was on the manifest. Good. Port French leave? Thank you for your trouble, Sergeant. I hope I can reciprocate. Well, I'll buy that. I always thought the second man in a prowl car ought to be a minister. You can be sure I'd volunteer. But, I have to make a trip first.
And the Nine of Swords is the card of death. But does it point to you or to this other woman, whoever she is?
Who is the man?
The man who follows you?
Reverend Dawson.
Mrs. Marshall.
You're leaving, I notice.
My decision and my privilege.
I heard you were at Westley House, talking to Holly's roommate, Dinah Heath.
Also my decision and my privilege.
Did you learn where Holly is?
I have an idea, yes.
I knew that girl was lying to me.
That's not so. Dinah doesn't know where she went.
Then how did you find out?
Can we discuss this in my office?
I'm not remaining that long. All I want is some information about my daughter. If I may have it, fine. If not, I'll get it some other way.
Very well. But to defend Dinah, all she told me was that Holly was heading south. That's all she knew. I got the rest of my information from other sources.
What part of the South, Reverend? Tell me.
I'm afraid not, Mrs. Marshall.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I meant the last time we spoke. Holly has to find herself. You must give her the opportunity to do so. I made a mistake helping you to put Holly away in Westley House. I want to correct it if I can.
By leaving?
In order to help Holly, yes.
You're following her. You're a man of God. How can you?
God is everywhere, Mrs. Marshall. He will be everywhere I am.
And if you find her?
I'll try to bring her home again.
To Westley House?
She doesn't belong there.
Perhaps you're right. But perhaps I should permit her to come home with me.
I don't think your house is the right place either. What disturbs Holly is you.
How dare you? She's my daughter. I demand to know where she is.
If I find her and if she wants you to know, then you will know. But I let her make that decision.
If you don't tell me, I'll go to the police. And let me remind you, Reverend Dawson, that Holly is still a minor.
Thank you for your warning. I've come to expect your obvious allusions.
I would think you would be ashamed, running after a young girl. I'll fix you, Reverend Dawson. And I'll fix Holly. I have enough influence to get what I want. And neither you nor my daughter will be able to stand in the way of it.
Doctor. Oh. You really should have some food.
No, thank you, Raxl. I don't think I could keep it down. The way I feel. Oh, Raxl. What's happening? I pray I'll have the strength to stand up to it.